Welcome back to our channel. We have recently received news about the passing of some beloved and influential American figures and other remarkable individuals worldwide. This video pays tribute to their lives, legacies, and the impact they have left behind. Before we begin, we would truly appreciate your support by liking this video and sharing it with others. It is a meaningful way to honor their memory and help more people reflect on their incredible contributions. Thank you for being part of this moment with us. Now let us get started. The entertainment world stands in profound silence today as we process the loss of 5 extraordinary talents who redefined what it meant to perform, to create, and to connect with audiences across generations. From the manic brilliance of improvisational comedy to the raw intensity of method acting, from the groundbreaking activism that challenged Hollywood's status quo, to the steady presence of character actors who made every role memorable, these legends didn't just entertain, they transformed their industries. Each brought something revolutionary to their craft, whether it was breaking traditional boundaries, pioneering new forms of expression, or simply showing us the depth of human emotion through unforgettable performances. In this tribute, we remember not just the acclaimed performances and accolades, but the complex human beings who struggled, triumphed, and ultimately changed how we understand entertainment itself. These were individuals who faced personal demons, health battles, and the crushing weight of fame, yet continued to pour their souls into their work. Their journeys remind us that brilliance often comes paired with struggle, that the brightest lights sometimes cast the darkest shadows, and that true artistry demands everything from those brave enough to pursue it. As we honor their memories today, we invite you to join us in celebrating the remarkable legacies they leave behind. Their influence reaches far beyond box office numbers or award ceremonies, touching anyone who ever found comfort in laughter during dark times, discovered truth in a powerful performance, or saw their own struggles reflected on screen. Let us remember them not with sadness alone, but with deep gratitude for the gifts they shared with the world. Just days ago, the world lost a legend. Robin Williams, beloved comedian, fearless actor, and unforgettable presence on stage and screen, died at age 63. His passing on August 11, 2014, from complications related to Lewy body dementia, comes as a painful shock to fans and fellow performers everywhere. The news is still settling in, and the weight of this loss is heavy. Robin wasn't just a comedian. He was a phenomenon whose rapid-fire brilliance and profound vulnerability touched every heart he encountered. From his early days growing up in suburban Detroit to becoming the improvisational genius who could inhabit 1,000 characters in a single conversation, his life was a story of bold choices and fearless artistry. He rose to fame with his alien character Mork on Mork and Mindy, then conquered film with roles that became cultural milestones: Good Morning Vietnam, Dead Poets Society, Good Will Hunting, and solidified his legacy with performances that swung from manic comedy to devastating drama within seconds. He gave his all to every character, channeling joy and pain with equal intensity. Whether making us laugh until we couldn't breathe or moving us to tears with quiet wisdom, Robin Williams pulled us into the very essence of what it means to be human. He gave voice to the voiceless, made loneliness feel less isolating, and left us breathless with his boundless creative energy. Behind the spotlight, he was a warrior. When depression and addiction threatened to consume him, battles he fought for decades, Robin faced them with courage, honesty, and a determination to keep bringing light to others even when his own world felt dark. His diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, later understood to be Lewy body dementia, brought unimaginable challenges. Even as his brilliant mind began to betray him, he continued to work, to create, to give. His final completed film appearances weren't just performances. They were testaments to an unbreakable spirit, determined to share every last gift he possessed. And now, we want to hear from you. What Robin Williams' moment left the deepest impression on you? Was it his inspirational teaching in Dead Poets Society? His transformative voice work as the genie? Or maybe that unforgettable Oscar acceptance speech for Good Will Hunting? Whatever it was, share it with us. Drop your favorite memory, your most loved quote, or just what his work meant to you in the comments below. Let's keep his legacy alive together. The magnetic activist and actress who revolutionized both Hollywood and social consciousness, Jane Fonda, has died at the age of 87. Her passing was confirmed by her family representatives on January 3, 2025, who shared that Fonda died peacefully at her home in Los Angeles following complications from her long battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. As we remember her extraordinary life, we honor a woman who defined generations not just through her performances, but through her unwavering commitment to justice, proving that true power comes from using your platform to fight for change. Born Jane Seymour Fonda on December 21, 1937, in New York City, Jane grew up as Hollywood royalty, the daughter of legendary actor Henry Fonda, yet she carved a path entirely her own. Her breakthrough came with films like Barbarella and They Shoot Horses, Don't They? But it was her Academy Award-winning performances in Clute and Coming Home that established her as one of cinema's most gifted actresses. Throughout 7 decades, Fonda proved that reinvention had no limits, from Oscar-winning dramatic actress to fitness empire pioneer with her revolutionary workout videos, from producing groundbreaking films to her final triumph in Grace and Frankie, where she showed that leading roles for women could flourish at any age. Behind the spotlight, Fonda weathered storms that would have destroyed lesser spirits. Her 1972 visit to Hanoi during the Vietnam War earned her decades of controversy and the nickname Hanoi Jane, yet she never retreated from her convictions about peace and justice. When diagnosed with cancer in 2022, she turned even that battle into advocacy, continuing her climate protests while undergoing chemotherapy. Her fire drill Fridays saw her arrested multiple times in her 80s, handcuffed on the Capitol steps while demanding action on climate change. She understood that comfort and change could not coexist, that sometimes disruption was the only path to progress. Her final years embodied fierce urgency, establishing the Jane Fonda Climate PAC, mentoring young activists, and refusing to let age diminish her voice. Fonda is survived by her 3 children and millions of activists who found courage in her example. Her last public appearance, just weeks before her passing, saw her declaring that she would fight until her last breath for the planet's future, a promise she kept with characteristic determination. The unforgettable star who captured millions with his raw intensity, revolutionary method acting, and undeniable screen presence, Marlon Brando, has died at the age of 80. His passing was confirmed by his attorney on July 1, 2004, who shared that Brando died at UCLA Medical Center from respiratory failure stemming from pulmonary fibrosis. As we remember his extraordinary journey, we celebrate not only a Hollywood icon, but a man who fundamentally changed what acting could be, bringing psychological truth and dangerous vulnerability to every role he inhabited. Born Marlon Brando Jr. on April 3, 1924, in Omaha, Nebraska, Brando grew up in a turbulent household that would fuel his artistic intensity throughout his life. His breakthrough came with A Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway, a performance so revolutionary that it redefined American acting. When he brought Stanley Kowalski to the screen in 1951, followed by his Oscar-winning turn in On the Waterfront, he didn't just play characters. He became them with a primal force that made audiences uncomfortable and mesmerized in equal measure. From The Godfather's Don Corleone to Apocalypse Now's Colonel Kurtz, Brando created performances that transcended entertainment to become cultural touchstones. Behind the spotlight, Brando battled demons that matched his artistic intensity. His weight fluctuations, family tragedies including his son Christian's imprisonment and daughter Cheyenne's suicide, and his increasing reclusiveness painted a portrait of genius shadowed by profound pain. In his later years, he became as famous for his eccentricities as his acting, demanding millions for minimal screen time, refusing to memorize lines, and sending a Native American activist to refuse his Oscar for The Godfather in protest of Hollywood's treatment of indigenous peoples. Yet even in his most difficult moments, he remained committed to causes larger than himself, using his platform to advocate for civil rights and Native American justice. His final years saw him living as a virtual recluse on his private island in Tahiti, emerging only occasionally for roles that intrigued him or causes that demanded attention. Brando is survived by several children and a legacy that fundamentally transformed acting from representation to revelation. His influence extends to every actor who seeks truth over technique, who understands that the most powerful performances come from the most vulnerable places. The seasoned character actor who brought authenticity and warmth to British television for decades, Brian Murphy, has died at the age of 92. His passing was confirmed by his representatives on January 4th, 2025, who shared that Murphy died peacefully at his home in London following a brief illness. As we remember his remarkable career, we honor a man who embodied the golden age of British comedy while seamlessly adapting to modern entertainment, becoming a beloved fixture in households across the United Kingdom for over 50 years. Born Brian Trevor John Murphy on September 25, 1932, in Ventnor, Isle of Wight, Brian's path to acting was shaped by his early experiences with Joan Littlewood's theater workshop, where he learned that comedy could carry profound social commentary. His breakthrough television role came in the 1970s with Man About the House, where he portrayed George Roper, the perpetually outmaneuvered landlord whose chemistry with Eutha Joyce created such magic that it spawned the successful spin-off George and Mildred. At its peak, the series attracted over 20 million viewers, making Murphy one of Britain's most recognizable faces and proving that working-class comedy could dominate prime time. Behind the spotlight, Murphy faced periods of genuine struggle that tested his dedication to the craft. Before his breakthrough, he seriously considered leaving acting to become an insurance salesman, unable to find consistent work despite years of training and theater experience. Even after achieving fame, he navigated the challenge of being typecast, fighting to prove his range beyond the hapless husband role that made him famous. His later years brought a career renaissance with Last of the Summer Wine, where he played Alvin Smedley from 2003 to 2010, introducing him to new generations who discovered that great comedy transcends eras. His final years saw him still taking roles, appearing in productions well into his 90s because, as he often said, retirement was just another word for giving up. Murphy is survived by his wife Linda Reagan and his two sons from his first marriage, who remember him as someone who found humor in life's struggles and taught others that laughter could be both shield and sword against life's difficulties. The graceful television actress who defined strength and sophistication through 5 decades on daytime television, Leslie Charleson, has died at the age of 79. Her passing was confirmed by ABC representatives on January 5, 2025, who shared that Charleson died peacefully at her home in Los Angeles following complications from a recent fall. As we remember her extraordinary career, we honor a woman who brought dignity and depth to daytime drama, proving that soap opera performances could carry the same weight and importance as any primetime role. Born Leslie Tara Charleson on February the 22nd, 1945, in Kansas City, Missouri, Leslie discovered her love for performing in a car commercial she filmed with her mother as a child. Her journey through television began with roles on series like As the World Turns and Love is a Many-Splendored Thing. But it was in 1977 when she joined General Hospital as Dr. Monica Quartermain that she found her defining role. For nearly 50 years, she portrayed the brilliant cardiologist with such nuanced complexity that she earned 4 Daytime Emmy nominations. Through countless storylines, affairs, medical crises, family betrayals, Charleson brought emotional truth to every scene, understanding that her audience deserved performances that respected their intelligence and investment. Behind the spotlight, Charleson became a fierce advocate for meaningful storytelling in daytime television. In the 1990s, she personally pushed for a breast cancer storyline for her character, believing that soap operas had a responsibility to address real health struggles that their predominantly female audience faced. That storyline, which she performed with raw honesty, helped countless women recognize symptoms and seek treatment. She understood that her platform came with the power to educate and comfort, never taking lightly the trust viewers placed in her. Even as she aged in an industry obsessed with youth, she fought for storylines that showed older women as vital, complex individuals with rich emotional lives. Her final appearance on General Hospital aired just weeks before her passing, a testament to her dedication to the character and audience she loved. Charleson is survived by no immediate family, but leaves behind a General Hospital family who considered her their heart and soul, and millions of viewers who invited her into their homes every weekday for nearly half a century. The resilient television pioneer who brought warmth and wisdom to American homes for decades, Betty White, would have celebrated another year of bringing joy to millions had she not left us in December 2021. While we lost Betty 3 years ago, her impact continues to resonate through the entertainment industry, inspiring new generations of performers who carry forward her legacy of kindness, professionalism, and barrier-breaking achievements. Today, we reflect on how her contributions shaped not just television, but the very fabric of American culture, reminding us that true legends never really leave us. Born Betty Marion White on January 17, 1922, in Oak Park, Illinois, Betty's career spanned an astounding 8 decades, making her one of the longest-working entertainers in television history. She began performing on radio in the 1940s before transitioning to television's earliest days, becoming one of the first women to produce a sitcom with Life with Elizabeth in 1953. Her breakthrough to mainstream success came with The Mary Tyler Moore Show as the delightfully conniving Sue Ann Nivens, followed by the beloved Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls, a role that cemented her status as America's grandmother. Even in her 90s, she experienced a career resurgence, hosting Saturday Night Live at 88 and starring in Hot in Cleveland, proving that talent and charisma transcend age. Behind the spotlight, White dedicated herself to animal welfare with the same passion she brought to entertainment. She served on the board of the Los Angeles Zoo for over 4 decades and established the Morris Animal Foundation, channeling her fame into meaningful advocacy for creatures unable to speak for themselves. She privately funded countless animal welfare initiatives while maintaining her reputation as one of Hollywood's most genuinely kind individuals. Colleagues consistently described her as someone who knew every crew member's name, sent thank you notes religiously, and treated everyone from executives to production assistants with equal respect and warmth. Her influence extends beyond any single performance or achievement. Betty White redefined what it meant to age in Hollywood, transforming from ingenue to comedy legend, without ever losing her authentic spirit. She showed us that reinvention at any age was possible, that kindness was strength, and that laughter could bridge any divide. The versatile entertainment mogul who bridged generations through music and television innovation, Dick Clark, remains a towering figure whose influence shaped American popular culture for over 6 decades. Though we lost Dick in April 2012, His revolutionary contributions to music, television, and youth culture continue to influence how we consume and celebrate entertainment today. His legacy serves as a masterclass in reinvention, professionalism, and the power of giving young talent a platform to shine, reminding us that true visionaries create systems that outlive them. Born Richard Wagstaff. Clark on November 30th, 1929, in Mount Vernon, New York. Dick began his broadcasting career in radio before taking over American Bandstand in 1957, transforming it from a local Philadelphia show into a national phenomenon. For 33 years, he introduced America to emerging artists, from Chuck Berry to Madonna, becoming known as America's oldest teenager, for his to connect with youth culture well into his 70s. Beyond Bandstand, he created an entertainment empire, producing game shows like Pyramid, award shows, and of course, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, which became an American tradition watched by millions as they rang in each new year. Behind the spotlight, Clark faced his greatest challenge when a massive stroke in 2004 left him partially paralyzed and struggling with speech. Yet with characteristic determination, he returned to host New Year's Rockin' Eve just 1 year later, his slurred but determined countdown becoming a powerful testament to resilience. He spoke openly about his recovery, refusing to hide his limitations and showing millions that life after stroke was possible. His courage in appearing on television, despite his disabilities, transformed him from entertainment icon to inspiration for anyone facing health challenges. His production company continued creating content that reflected his belief in giving opportunities to new talent and celebrating music's power to unite generations. Clark understood that television wasn't just about entertainment, but about creating shared cultural moments that brought families together. His insistence on featuring integrated audiences on American Bandstand during the Civil Rights era demonstrated how entertainment could quietly push social progress. The stages he built, both literal and figurative, launched thousands of careers and created countless memories for millions of viewers. The accomplished stage and screen veteran who brought depth to every supporting role, Ed Asner, left an indelible mark on American entertainment through 7 decades of fearless performance and principled activism. Though we said goodbye to Ed in August 2021 at the age of 91, his contributions to television, film, and theater continue to set the standard for character actors everywhere. His legacy reminds us that excellence comes not from seeking the spotlight, but from bringing truth and humanity to every moment. Whether playing a gruff newsroom boss or voicing an animated widower seeking adventure. Born Eddie Asner on November 15, 1929, in Kansas City, Missouri, Ed began his career in Chicago theater before moving to New York and eventually Hollywood. His defining role came as Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show, a character so beloved that he became the only actor to win Emmy Awards for playing the same character in both comedy and drama series. Throughout his career, he accumulated 7 Emmy Awards, more than any other male performer in television history. From Roots to Rich Man, Poor Man, from voicing Carl Fredricksen in Pixar's Up to countless guest appearances on modern television, Asner proved that character actors could carry as much weight as any leading man. Behind the spotlight, Asner never separated his art from his activism, serving as president of the Screen Actors Guild during one of its most tumultuous periods. He faced significant backlash for his political positions, including being effectively blacklisted from television after speaking out against U.S. foreign policy in the 1980s. Yet he never backed down from his principles, understanding that his platform came with responsibility to speak for those without voices. Even as work became scarce following his activism, he continued performing in smaller productions, teaching younger actors that integrity mattered more than fame. His final years saw him touring with one-man shows, still commanding stages in his late 80s with the same intensity he brought to his earliest performances. Asner approached every role, no matter how small, as an opportunity to explore human complexity. He mentored countless young actors, always emphasizing that the work itself, not the recognition, should drive artistic choices. His belief that actors were workers, not stars, shaped his approach to both performance and union leadership. The extraordinary individual who continues to inspire through decades of revolutionary performances and fearless self-expression, Cher, remains one of entertainment's most enduring icons at 78 years old. While many of her generation have retreated from public life, Cher has transformed herself countless times over 6 decades, proving that reinvention has no expiration date. Her journey from half of a folk rock duo to the goddess of pop demonstrates how authenticity and refusal to conform can create a legacy that transcends any single medium or moment. Born Sherilyn Sarkeesian on May 20, 1946, in El Centro, California, she grew up in poverty with a mother who married 8 times, experiences that would fuel her fierce independence and survival instinct. Her breakthrough came with Sonny Bono as part of Sonny and Cher, scoring their first hit with I Got You Babe in 1965. But it was her solo career that proved she needed no one to validate her talent. From her variety show that pioneered outrageous fashion to her Oscar-winning performance in Moonstruck, from dance floor anthems like Believe, that revolutionized auto-tune to her current status as a social media icon, Cher has consistently defied expectations about what women, particularly older women, can achieve in entertainment. Behind the spotlight, Cher has battled chronic illnesses including Epstein-Barr virus and chronic fatigue syndrome while maintaining a performance schedule that would exhaust artists half her age. She's been open about her struggles with dyslexia, multiple surgeries, and the challenge of maintaining relevance across changing decades. Yet she's never allowed these challenges to define her limits. At 78, she continues touring, recently completing a residency that proved she could still command a stage with the same magnetic presence she had at 20. Her activism for LGBTQ rights, Armenian genocide recognition, and political causes shows that her voice extends far beyond music. Today, Cher represents something revolutionary in entertainment, an elder who refuses to age gracefully by society's standards. She speaks candidly about plastic surgery without shame, posts on social media with the enthusiasm of a teenager, and dates younger men without apology. Her message is clear. The rules about how women should age, behave, or express themselves are meant to be broken. At 78, she's planning new music, considering another farewell tour, her third, and continuing to be exactly who she wants to be. As we remember these extraordinary talents, we reflect on lives that transcended entertainment to become part of our collective consciousness. From Robin Williams' genius ability to find light in the darkest moments, to Jane Fonda's fearless activism that proved fame could serve justice. From Marlon Brando's revolutionary intensity that forever changed acting, to Brian Murphy's warmth that brought comfort to millions of British homes, and Leslie Charleson's dedication that elevated daytime drama to art. Each of these legends contributed something irreplaceable to our cultural landscape. Their departures leave voids that cannot be filled, only honored through the continued celebration of their remarkable achievements. We thank you for joining us in this tribute to these remarkable individuals who shaped not just entertainment, but the very way we understand human expression and connection. Their contributions went beyond their respective mediums, creating moments that defined generations, challenged societal norms, and provided both escape and confrontation when we needed them most. Whether through a performance that made us question everything we believed, activism that demanded we do better, or simply bringing reliable joy into our daily routines, these artists understood that entertainment at its most powerful changes how we see ourselves and our world. Their journeys remind us that artistic brilliance often emerges from personal struggle, that the most transformative performances come from the most vulnerable places, and that true legacy is measured not in accolades, but in lives touched. They showed us that reinvention has no age limit, that principles matter more than popularity, and that the courage to be authentic in an industry built on illusion might be the greatest performance of all. As we move forward without them, we carry their lessons, to speak truth through our art, to use our platforms for something greater than ourselves, and to never underestimate the power of making someone feel less alone. Please share your memories of these incredible artists in the comments below. Tell us which performances changed your perspective, which moments brought you comfort during difficult times, which characters became part of your family. Subscribe to our channel for more tributes to the legends who shaped our world, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our celebrations of those who made entertainment history. Together, let's ensure their legacies continue to inspire future generations.